So, welcome to the ANUBHAV test series program of NEXT IAS. Now, myself Abhishek Parmar, and I will be discussing this modern and medieval history questions in this test. So, coming to the first question, with reference to various initiatives of Akbar, consider the following statements. Number 1, Ibadat Khana was constructed by him with the help of Sufi saint Sheikh Salim Chishti. Class, Akbar was influenced by the Sufi saint Sheikh Salim Chishti, and it was his blessings that led to the birth of Jahangir, because Akbar's sons were not surviving. He had sons like Daniel, but he was not surviving, and the sons of Akbar used to die. So, Akbar was very much disturbed and he sought the blessings of the Sufi saint Sheikh Salim Chishti, and that is the reason that when Jahangir was born, his childhood name was Salim. But Salim Chishti died in 1572, okay, in 1572, and it was only after the death of Sheikh Salim Chishti that he started a building at Fatehpur Sikri called as Ibadat Khana. Ibadat literally means worship, but this is not the place of worship. Here Akbar used to hold discussions, because Akbar right from the beginning of his life was very speculative bent of mind, meditative bent of mind. So, he held discussions in this Ibadat Khana. So, the statement is wrong, because the statement goes like this: Ibadat Khana was constructed by him with the help of Sufi saint. No, not with the help of Sufi saint, it was only after the death, and the construction of Ibadat Khana started somewhere around 1575. So, statement 1 is wrong. Second, Maktab Khana was constructed for the translation of religious books into the Persian language. That is true. Akbar, what an irony, Akbar was an illiterate. Akbar could not read or write, but Akbar was very much interested in knowing what lies in the Sanskrit text, and he had also established a translation department. This is called as Maktab Khana, where the books of Sanskrit language were translated into Persian. And not only Sanskrit, other books also, like Babar's autobiography Tujuke Babari was translated by Abdur Rahim Khane Khana on the orders of Akbar. So, that is true. The second statement, okay, is true. Maktab Khana was constructed for the translation of religious books into the Persian language. True. Thirdly, it is credited for the origin of the idea of Sulh-e-Kul, focusing on a system of universal peace. Sulh-e-Kul means universal peace. So, when the books were translated, the religious books like Mahabharat, okay, Mahabharat had been translated into Persian with the title Razm-Nama. So, it was in this translation or the translated books which led to the evolution of a broader policy of religious tolerance pursued by Akbar, which is known as Sulh-e-Kul. So, the statement 2 and the statement 3 is correct. So, answer will be C, 2 and 3, and the first statement is wrong. The next question is regarding Raja Ram Mohan Roy, okay, and there are 4 statements which are given in the given on the screen. You can see he established Brahmo Samaj with Rabindranath Tagore to eradicate social evils. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was called as the father of Indian Renaissance, and he had devoted his entire life for various sort of activities, including social reforms, religious reforms, creating political awareness. And Raja Ram Mohan Roy established this Brahmo Sabha. It was originally called as Brahmo Sabha in the year 1828, and later it changed its name to Brahmo Samaj, but with the help of father of Rabindranath Tagore, whose name was Debendranath Tagore. So, statement 1 is wrong. Statement 2, Mahatma Gandhi called him the apostle of a religious revival. It was Subhash Chandra Bose who in his book The Indian Struggle called him the apostle of a religious revival. So, statement 2 also is wrong. Third, Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah II invested him with the title of Raja. This also is incorrect. It was the predecessor of Bahadur Shah II, and his name was Akbar II. Akbar II ruled before Bahadur Shah II, and it was means in between, you might be knowing, there was a ruler called as Shah Alam II. So, Shah Alam II fought against the East India Company's army in the battle of Buxar. After Shah Alam is Akbar II, and after Akbar II is Bahadur Shah II, the last Mughal emperor. So, this Akbar II, he found that the pension which Shah Alam was receiving after the Treaty of Allahabad, because after the defeat of Shah Alam II in the Battle of Buxar, there was a treaty which was signed called as Treaty of Allahabad. So, that pension amount which was given to Shah Alam II was forwarded to Akbar II, 26 lakhs of rupees annually, but Akbar II found the pension to be less. So, he sent Ram Mohan Roy, and before sending him to London, he conferred a title called as Raja on Ram Mohan Roy. So, this statement is wrong. Fourth, he set up the Hindu College at Calcutta in collaboration with David Hare. That is the only thing or the only statement which is true, number 4. So, answer is C, fourth only. He set up the Hindu College which is presently in Calcutta called as Presidency University, and this was in collaboration with David Hare. In fact, David Hare had collaborated with Raja Ram Mohan Roy in establishing Hindu College, presently called as Presidency University, and David Hare himself belonged to what you can say Holland. He was a Dutch watchmaker who came to India and later established the Hindu College in 1817, 1817. So, only fourth statement is correct, answer will be C. Now, the next question is, with reference to Cripps mission, consider the following statements. Number 1, Cripps mission offered dominion status at the end of the World War II. Okay, true. Dominion status had also been offered in the previous August offer, which came before Cripps mission. But in that case, there was no definite timeline, because August offer simply said dominion status in near future. Now, Cripps mission, named after Stafford Cripps, who came with certain offer or concession, that is called as Cripps mission, and he offered dominion status at the end of the World War II. True. Provinces were given the right to sign individual agreements with Britain about their future status. Meaning, provinces, British Indian provinces, they are free, or they were independent, that they could enter into separate negotiations with Britain regarding their future status. Regarding their future status means, once India will become independent, they are free to determine their own individual status. So, that was a provision in the Cripps mission. Stafford Cripps was the person on the basis of which the mission is known as Cripps mission. So, statement 2 correct. Third, the representatives of the princely states were to be directly elected in the proposed constituent assembly. Cripps mission also proposed for a constituent assembly, but as per this constituent assembly, direct election will be from the British Indian provinces, not from the princely states. But here the statement is saying what? Princely states से भी direct election होगा, जो कि गलत है. तो statement जो है third wrong हो जाएगा और only first and second will be correct. Now, with reference to the freedom movement of India, number 1, Uda Devi was a soldier and a trusted advisor of Rani Lakshmi Bai. Wrong. Uda Devi was a soldier who fought in the what you can say war of 1857, but she assisted the Begum of Awadh, that is Begum Hazrat Mahal, the wife of Wajid Ali Shah. Wajid Ali Shah was the last Nawab of Awadh, whose estate was annexed by Dalhousie in the year 1856 on the pretext of misgovernance, or you can say maladministration. So, the next year when the revolt took place in 1857, Begum Hazrat Mahal took part in the revolt of 1857 from Lucknow, and Uda Devi's husband was killed in that revolt, and in a battle fought in Lucknow, or you can say sort of nearby Lucknow city called as Chinhat. So, Uda Devi sought to take the revenge and took part in the 1857 revolt and aided Begum Hazrat Mahal. So, first statement is wrong. During the revolt of 1857, Veer Narayan Singh Binjwar formed an army at Sonakhan, Chhattisgarh. That is true. Okay. Veer Narayan Singh was a Jamidar who fought against the company's army and mobilized the people in the revolt of 1857. Thirdly, Durgabai Deshmukh was a prominent social reformer who participated in the salt satyagraha activities during the civil disobedience movement. This is also true. Okay. She was a social reformer, great social reformer. So, statement second, statement third is correct. Answer will be B. Moving to the next question. So, here is a statement regarding which among the following options. She was a social reformer born in Maharashtra. She started the Bal Hatya Pratibandhak Greh, a home for the prevention of infanticide, full stop. At her husband's funeral procession, she was the one who consigned his body to the flames, full stop. She became involved in relief work during the 1897 bubonic plague. She herself contracted the disease while taking a sick child to the hospital and succumbed to death due to it. Answer will be Savitribai Phule. And how to get the hint? Savitribai Phule was the wife of Jyotiba Phule, and she was a great social reformer, and initially in her life she was illiterate. It was after marriage that Jyotiba Phule taught her, and she along with her husband opened the first girls school in Pune in 1848. This is the first girls school in the entire India in 1848, and she also started the Bal Hatya Pratibandhak Grih. You know that in those days, if a widow is giving birth to a daughter or a son, that was something unacceptable. People started casting doubt. There were so many prejudices against the widows. And to save the widows and the children born out of, you can say, after the death of the husband, she established this Bal Hatya Pratibandhak Grih, a home for the prevention of infanticide. Unfortunately, she contracted plague in 1897. This plague had taken place or engulfed the city of Pune. So, she was carrying a sick child, but got infected with plague and died. So, the statement regarding Savitribai Phule, this entire statement is regarding Savitribai Phule. Answer C. Next, with reference to Pingali Venkayya, consider the following statements. He served as a soldier in the British Army in South Africa during the Anglo-Boer War. C class. This Anglo-Boer War refers to the war between British and the Dutch in South Africa. Boers, B-O-E-R, S for plural. The Dutch settlers in Africa were called as Boers. So, there was a war between English and Boers called as Anglo because for the English people Anglo word is used. They belong to the race called as Anglo-Saxon, so Anglo. This Anglo-Boer War is the second Anglo-Boer War fought in the year 1899 to 1902, and Pingali Venkayya was born in Krishna district of Andhra Pradesh, of that time Andhra Pradesh, and he had taken part in the British Army. He was enrolled as a soldier at the age of 19 in the British Army and had taken part in the Anglo-Boer War. So, statement is correct. Number 2, the current Indian national flag is inspired by his design. Yes, he was a great designer also. He prepared a design in 1921 before Gandhi, and the original design suggested by Pingali Venkayya was carrying, you can say, saffron and green color. Later a wheel was attached to it, and so the present national flag has been inspired from the design of Pingali Venkayya. In 2012, he was awarded Bharat Ratna posthumously. No, in 2014, the Andhra Pradesh government had recommended for Bharat Ratna, had suggested the names for Bharat Ratna, but he had not been yet awarded Bharat Ratna. So, statement 3 is wrong, 1 and 2 is correct. Answer will be A. Next, with reference to the Munda rebellion, consider the following statement. Khunt Katti was a land ownership system followed by the Munda tribe that inhabited the Chota Nagpur region. So, Chota Nagpur region, which lies in presently Jharkhand, Munda were the tribals, and this system was prevalent in that region among the Munda tribals. ये खुंत कट्टी है क्या? खुंत कट्टी है लैंड ओनरशिप सिस्टम, बट वो कम्युनिटी ओनरशिप है, प्राइवेट ओनरशिप नहीं है. British started private ownership, feudal ownership of the jamidars over the land. That led to a revolt led by Birsa Munda. Led by Birsa Munda, and you can see statement 1 is correct. Birsa Munda started a new sect called the Birsait sect. Yes, Birsa Munda also started a new sect because the tribals, the Munda tribals believed Birsa as a messiah. Messiah मतलब savior. उनको भगवान भी कहते थे, उनको धरती अब्बा कहते थे, और इनकी मूवमेंट को उलगुलन कहते थे. The great tumult. So, the Ulgulan movement was a non-violent movement. No, this tribal movement was a violent movement. This tribal movement was a violent movement. So, the statement, Ulgulan movement क्या है? Ulgulan movement is the movement by Birsa Munda. and he had also started a separate sect called as Birsaid sect. People considered him as Bhagwan. Okay, Dharti Abba भी बोलते थे. So third statement is incorrect. 1 and 2 are correct. Statement A. Statement is A. 1 and 2. I hope it is okay. ठीक है. With reference to the Indian National Army, consider the following statements. Captain Mohan Singh founded the Indian National Army with the help of the other Germans. No. Captain Mohan Singh was captain in the British Indian Army, which was fighting against the Japanese in the dense forests of Malaysia in December 1941, and it was in front of Japanese. Captain Mohan Singh had surrendered, but later a Japanese officer suggested Mohan Singh. So therefore, Mohan Singh formed INA in September 1942, not with the help of the Germans, but with the help of the Japanese. Statement 1 is incorrect. The Japanese peacefully transferred the administration of Andamans and the Nicobar Island to the INA. Yes, Japanese, when they captured Andaman and Nicobar, they transferred it to the INA. Thirdly, the Indian National Army could not capture Imphal. In the Second World War, there was a war against the British because Indian National Army wanted to liberate India from the clutches of the British, and they did cross the Indian frontier in March 1944 and hoisted the Indian flag on the Indian border or Indian soil, but they failed to capture Imphal because of two main reasons. Japanese were not able to provide air cover to the Indian soldiers, and the second thing, that there was heavy rainfall which you can say drained or which affected the fighting of the Indian National Army. So they failed to capture Imphal is true. So third is true, second is true, first is wrong. So statement 2 and 3 correct. Answer will be B, 2 and 3. Which of the following was the impact of the World War II on India? It's a simple question. High inflation. वैसे भी जब भी war होगी तो inflation बढ़ जाएगा. बहुत common sense है. High inflation, true. Rise in imports from Britain? No, not possible. Okay, Britain had already depleted its resources, so there was no rise in imports from Britain. Third, reduced strength of Indian civil service. आप देखो, you are preparing for UPSC, ठीक है? God bless all of you will be IAS. आप भी नहीं चाहते हो wherever you are posted as district collector to face disturbances. So in the turbulent times, when India was facing this turbulent time in the World War, or from 1920s and 1930s, when the disturbances started in India, English people were not willing to serve in India. So reduced strength of Indian civil services. Yes, they were not willing to serve in India. So third statement is true, second statement is wrong, first is true. So answer will be B, 1 and 3. With reference to the revolt of 1857, consider the following statements. A broad-based unity emerged among the various sections of the population across the country. No, that is a false. In fact, this was the reason for the failure of the revolt of 1857. It failed because even within the army there was no unity. The Gurkha and the Sikh regiment were with the British. Only Bengal army had fought against the British. Modern educated Indians actively supported and participated in the Indian revolt. No, they did not take part because they thought that this revolt was backward in, or you can say it is going to restore the old feudal order. So they did not support this revolt of 1857. So neither 1 nor 2 is correct. Next question, with reference to maritime trade in medieval India, consider the following statements. Majority of the items received from Southeast Asia in India were meant for re-export to the Arabian world. That is true. Okay. From Southeast Asia and from China, India did import, you can say, porcelain, wax, camphor, silk. Barring the silk, most of the items were then exported to the Arab world. So the statement true. Velaku Lakrana is the department of harbors under the royal control of the Chalukyas. So the Chalukyas of Gujarat, who had access to sea because of Gujarat sharing the borders on the Arabian coast, so they gave protection to the merchants, and this is the department Velaku Lakrana, which is, you can say, the department of harbors and protecting the merchants. So 1 and 2 both are correct. C. Next, with reference to urban settlements in medieval India, consider the following statements. Brahmade and Devdans acted as the nuclei of urban growth. True. Brahmade is the land given to Brahmins, Devdan is the land given to temples. So, they over a period of time which provided basis for the urban growth also. Okay. Is it okay? They became the nucleus of urban growth. Pattana Swami was the chief responsible for the security of the new urban centers. No, this is incorrect. Pattan Swami was responsible for, you can say, markets in the urban center. They were not the security head of the urban centers. No. In the urban centers, there were markets, okay, protected by a council called as Nagaram Council, and the Nagaram Council was headed by this Pattan Swami. Third, urban growth in southern India is marked by temple urbanization. Temples were repositories of wealth. So, temples in ancient times and means early medieval times had been repositories of wealth. They received lot of wealth, and they used these temples and mathas used a lot of luxurious items also. So, because of the consumption, they did promote urbanization in India, and it is also at times referred as temple urbanization. So, statement second is wrong, 1 and 2 are correct, answer will be 1 and 3 are correct, sorry, 1 and 3 is correct, answer will be 1 and 3 A. Kalaigars were craftsmen, question next, Kalaigars were craftsmen known for tin coating in medieval India. See, most of the items were made of copper or you can say brass, okay, copper and brass, but copper and brass utensils were prone to be, means when food is being stored, that the food is turning out to be acidic and it is poisonous. So, there was a coating of tin over the brass or copper items to prevent them from poisoning, the food to be poisoned. And the people who used to do the tin coating, they were called as Kalaigars or Kalaitin, okay, from tin, Kalaitin. Okay, true. The craft of tin coating finds mention in Ain-e-Akbari. Ain-e-Akbari was a book written by Abul Fazal, and this Abul Fazal mentions that yes, the royal utensils were you can say given tin coating twice in a month. In fact, Ain-e-Akbari was the third volume of Akbarnama, and this is a kind of book which provides, it's like a mine of information. Everything is there in that book. It also tells about the land revenue system, private servants of Akbar, the Mughal harem, everything. So, it does mention the craft of tin coating. So, statement 1 and statement 2 both are correct, answer will be C. So, thank you, okay. Wish you all the best, prepare well for the exam, thank you.
Hello everyone. So, I have, I think you must have attempted the अनुभव paper and this is the first अनुभव paper and ऐसा लगता है कि आपका अनुभव भी अच्छा रहा होगा, ठीक है. So, I am Rahul Sengar and I will be discussing the question regarding the ancient and art and culture that has been asked in the first paper of the Anubhav. Okay. So, without taking too much of the time, let's start discussing the question. So, the first question is consider the following pairs, the prehistoric sites and then the present location. Okay. So, it is a kind of the question that has been made on the line of the new system that has been introduced by the UPSC last year, that is the pair 1, pair 2, pair 3 and pair 4, and in this interestingly you should be aware of all the things, otherwise you will not be able to answer the question. So, the first one, the first option you can say that is the Lakhudiyar, and Lakhudiyar is in Uttarakhand, in the Uttarakhand nearby a Suyal river, nearby Suyal river. Suyal river. Okay. So, definitely it is not on the Madhya Pradesh. It is not in the Madhya Pradesh. So, this is incorrect. Okay. So, Lakhudiyar का मतलब क्या होता है? 1 lakh cave. It is considered as it is a 1 lakh cave. ठीक है. It is also the prehistoric site where the paintings and all those things have been there. Then the Tekkalkota अगर आप देखोगे, this has been in the Karnataka. This is of the Karnataka. And तेकलकोटा साइट जो है इट इज फेमस फॉर द एक्सकेवेशन ऑफ द गोल्ड ऑर्नामेंट्स. So gold ornaments have been excavated and that's why this particular thing was in news in the last 1-2 year. You can say there was news also. ठीक है, and then it has been asked. ठीक है, ये कहीं ना कहीं डिस्कशन में आती रहती हैं साइट्स. Then पिकली हल अगर आप देखोगे तो पिकली हल जो साइट है दिस इज ऑल्सो ऑफ द कर्नाटका. This is also of the Karnataka. So you can say the pair 1 doesn't match, the pair 2 doesn't match, but the pair 3 is matching. If the pair 3 is matching, so this is the only one pair will be matching and the answer will be B. Okay, answer is B. I hope this question is simple. ठीक है, so कर्नाटका में and ये अगर आप देखोगे जो पिकली हल है this is a Neolithic site. It is a Neolithic site. Neolithic site. Interestingly, Neolithic is the time period where the first reference of the agriculture will be coming. ठीक है, जहां पे हम बोलते हैं कि Neolithic revolution हुआ, agriculture will be coming. We have seen many sites in the Neolithic sites that is very famous that can be asked also. ठीक है, clear है. Like you must have heard about the Burj home. ठीक है, the particular site in Kashmir in which there will be the dogs buried with the masters. Okay, that is the unique feature of the Burj home. Okay, then you must have heard about the Mehergarh, one of the earliest evidences of the agriculture. Then the newest discoveries that were going on in the Sant Kabir Nagar, there was a site named Lahura Dev. Okay, और Neolithic में अगर agricultural point of view से if the question will be coming Lahura Dev or the Mehergarh, which is the earliest evidence of the agriculture? So as per the new discoveries, Lahura Dev will be the option that you have to choose. Okay, but if the Lahura Dev is not an option, then you have to go for the Mehergarh, and this is the extended information from the prehistoric sites. Other than that, you also have to remember the domestication of the animal that was started in the Mesolithic period. ठीक है, now moving to the next question. With reference to the cultural and the economic history of India, consider the following statement. Okay, now okay, cultural and economic history इससे हमें कोई बहुत ज्यादा पता नहीं चल रहा है. ठीक है, but they are talking about a Bali Yatra festival. So this festival has been mentioned in the G20 also by the our Prime Minister, that is Modi ji. Okay, so PM Modi has also mentioned about this particular yatra. ठीक है, कहाँ की ये यात्रा है? It is of the Odisha. It is of ओडिशा. ठीक है, जनरली ऑन द बैंक ऑफ महानदी, कटक के आसपास अगर आप देखोगे महानदी रिवर. ओके, इट इज अ 2000 year old festival and this 2000 year old festival was there in the ancient time. If you will be moving to the 2000 year old, you will be reaching to the time period of the where the Kalinga will be famous. ठीक है, तो वहां पे ओडिशा को क्या बोलते थे? कलिंगा. So it is the particular festival which gives you the information about the linkages between the Kalinga and the trade of the Kalinga, that is the Southeast Asian countries. ठीक है, specifically this has been mentioned in the article, and in the article our Prime Minister has also mentioned one extra term. Okay, and this extra term is known as sadhwas. Okay, and this is used for the traders. So this point you have to remember. Because ये term अगर newspaper में आया है तो the particular question can be coming. Okay, so you have to remember this particular term. पॉइंट समझ में आ गया. साधवास किसके लिए है? ट्रेडर के लिए है. अलग से बस हम इसलिए याद कर रहे हैं बिकॉज इट हैज बीन मेंशन इन द न्यूज़पेपर आर्टिकल. ठीक है, सो द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट अगर आप देखोगे, बलि यात्रा फेस्टिवल ऑफ द ओडिशा इज ऑर्गेनाइज्ड टू कमेमोरेट द मैरीटाइम एंड द कल्चरल लिंक बिटवीन द एंशिएंट कलिंगा एंड द साउथ ईस्ट एशियन. तो दिस इज फाइन. इट इज अ 2000 year old फेस्टिवल. 2000 year old. ठीक है, देन ड्यू टू द डोमिनेंस ऑफ द कलिंगा ऑन द सी, Kalidasa has referred to the king of the Kalinga, the lord of the sea in the Raghuvamsha, and this is also a correct information. ठीक है, कि कलिंगा का जो किंग था रघुवंशा, that was written by the Kalidas, and Kalidas belongs to the Gupta period. Gupta period, that is the story of, you can say, the Ram, Raghuvamsha, Gupta period. In this, he has mentioned the king of Kalinga as the lord of the sea, and that shows the importance of the Kalinga. और कलिंगा important था, that's why the famous Kalinga war is related, you can say, the Ashoka Kalinga. उसके पहले भी अगर आप देखोगे the particular Bindusar, then the Chandragupta Maurya, and before that the Mahapadmananda. सो नंदा डायनेस्टी के टाइम से या उसके पहले से भी दे विल बी ट्राइंग टू कैप्चर द कलिंगा बिकॉज ऑफ द इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द कलिंगा. सो बोथ द स्टेटमेंट आर करेक्ट. सो आंसर इज सी. आंसर इज सी. Now the next one is with reference to the cultural history of India, consider the following pairs. Tippani. So Tippani is a folk dance that is of the Saurashtra and this is in Gujarat. ये गुजरात का है, ठीक है. If it is of the Gujarat, that means this is correct. Karyala, this is of Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh. This is not of the Madhya Pradesh. So this is incorrect. Then Theyam, and Theyam is a practice. It is a kind of the practice in which it has the similarity with the भूत कोला. और भूत कोला आपको याद आ रहा होगा. भूत कोला हमने देखा था अभी जो कंतारा मूवी आई थी. तो बिकॉज ऑफ द कंतारा मूवी द भूत कोला प्रैक्टिस वाज इन न्यूज एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द थेयम इज ऑल्सो न्यूज. सो थेयम एंड द भूत कोला आर द सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ द प्रैक्टिसेस इन विच द स्पिरिट्स विल बी यू कैन से वर्शिप. थेयम और भूत कोला में यही एक बेसिक डिफरेंस है दैट इन द थेयम दे विल बी वर्शिपिंग फॉर देयर एंसेस्टर्स while in the भूत कोला they will be going for the local deities and the spirit. भूत कोला is of the Karnataka while the थेयम is of the Kerala. So केरला ये क्या है, करेक्ट है. इसके अलावा थेयम में क्या होगा, थेयम में बिकॉज इट इज ऑफ द केरला सो दे विल बी वेयरिंग द हेड गियर, दे विल बी वेयरिंग ईच एंड एवरीथिंग. वो आप कंतारा मूवी से भी वहां पे कनेक्ट कर सकते हो, ठीक है. सो थेयम इज ऑफ द केरला सो दिस इज करेक्टली मैच्ड. मार्च वेस्ट बंगाल, नो, मार्च इज ऑफ एमपी. It is of the Madhya Pradesh. It is of the Madhya Pradesh. So again, there will be only two pair match. Two are not matching and two are matching. So answer is B. Now, the next question is with reference to the following pairs, mottos and the text. Atithi Devo Bhava. This has been taken from the Taittiriya Upanishad of the Yajurveda. You can say Pragyamna Brahma. It has been taken from the Taittiriya Upanishad. ठीक है. एंड देन द वसुदेव कुटुंबकम हैज बीन टेकन फ्रॉम द महा उपनिषद. वसुदेव कुटुंबकम वाज इन न्यूज एंड दिस इज इन न्यूज बिकॉज ऑफ द G20. दिस मोटो हैज बीन यूज्ड इन द G20. तो वसुदेव कुटुंबकम आ सकता है. इसके अलावा आदि शंकराचार्य, तो शंकराचार्य वाज इन न्यूज एंड शंकराचार्य ने अपनी फिलोसफी में ही हैज यूज्ड अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, ही हैज यूज्ड तत्वमसि. So Aham Brahmasmi point has been taken from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, while the Tattvamasi has been taken from the Chandogya Upanishad. So these two things that you have to remember because of the Shankaracharya, because he is in news. Okay? तो पिछली बार रामानुज पे क्वेश्चन आया था, इस बार हो सकता है शंकराचार्य पे. तो रामानुज पे फिलोसफी पे क्वेश्चन पूछा था. सो द सेम क्वेश्चन विल नॉट बी कमिंग. रेदर इन द फिलोसफी शंकराचार्य हैज यूज्ड टू वर्ड दैट इज द अहम ब्रह्मास्मि एंड द तत्वमसि. सो दे कैन आस्क द अहम ब्रह्मास्मि हैज बीन टेकन फ्रॉम, तो आपको याद रखना है बृहदारण्यक उपनिषद. एंड अगर वो पूछता है कि द पर्टिकुलर तत्वमसि पॉइंट दैट हैज बीन टेकन फ्रॉम विच पर्टिकुलर उपनिषद, देन द आंसर विल बी छांदोग्य उपनिषद. ठीक है. अहम ब्रह्मास्मि का मतलब क्या है, मैं ही ब्रह्म हूं. ठीक है. तत्वमसि मतलब वो तुम हो. तो ये किसकी बात हो रही है, व्हेन द शंकराचार्य विल बी गिविंग यू द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द हिज फिलॉसफी दैट इज द अनेकांतवाद, ही विल बी सेइंग in the last when you will be searching for the god, you will be reaching to your guru and your guru will be saying तत्वमसि, वो तुम ही हो. ठीक है. and then you will realize this thing that you are searching the Brahm that is you only and then you will be saying aham brahmasmi, मैं ही ब्रह्म हूं. ठीक है. पॉइंट समझ में आ गया. तो यहां पे अगर आप देखोगे ओनली वन पेयर इज मैच, तो आंसर इज बी. ठीक है. लेकिन इसके अलावा क्या क्या पॉइंट याद रखने हैं, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि भी याद रखना है फ्रॉम द करंट पर्सपेक्टिव. अहम ब्रह्मास्मि एंड यू ऑल्सो हैव टू रिमेंबर तत्वमसि. तत्वमसि. ठीक है. सो तत्वमसि हैज बीन टेकन फ्रॉम द छांदोग्य उपनिषद. ठीक है. तब तो वैसे भी आपको ध्यान होगा, मैं 3-4 बार इसको रिपीट कर दिया, तो आई थिंक दिस इज फाइन. एंड अहम ब्रह्मास्मि हैज बीन टेकन फ्रॉम द बृहदारण्यक उपनिषद. ठीक है. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग इंडस वैली साइट. अब ध्यान से देखो, इस लेवल पे जाके इंडस वैली साइड याद रखना पॉसिबल नहीं है, बट इफ यू विल बी यूजिंग अ बिट ऑफ द यू कैन से द लॉजिक, द सेंस, यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन क्या कह रहा है, रोजडी नहीं पता हमको. ठीक है. लेट्स से मिथा, हमने ये भी नहीं सुनी साइट. लेट्स से कालीबंगन, दिस साइट वी हैव लिसन, इट इज द ब्लैक बैंगल्स के बेसिस पे नाम आया था एंड दिस इज इन राजस्थान. इतना हमको पता है. क्योंकि ये फेमस साइट है. लेट्स से दीज आर नॉट वेरी फेमस एंड वी डोंट नो अबाउट दीज साइट्स, बट देन चहुदारो, दिस ऑल्सो वी नो, पाकिस्तान. ओके, जहां कालीबंगन प्लॉट फील्ड के लिए फेमस है, वहीं द चहुदारो हैज बीन फेमस फॉर द फैक्ट्री ऑफ बीट्स. ठीक है, इट इज ऑल्सो फेमस फॉर नॉट हैविंग एनी काइंड ऑफ द, यू कैन से द फोर्टिफाइड सिटाडेल एंड ऑल दोस थिंग, तो दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉट देयर. तो चहुदारो इज फेमस फॉर दैट. तो कालीबंगन चहुदारो अगर ये न्यूज में हो, ये राजस्थान में, ये पाकिस्तान में है. और क्वेश्चन क्या कह रहा है, विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज करेक्ट सीक्वेंस ऑफ द अबव साइट व्हेन यू विल बी मूविंग फ्रॉम द वेस्ट टू ईस्ट, यानी कि व्हेन यू विल बी मूविंग लाइक दिस. When you will be moving like this, Pakistan will be coming somewhere here and Rajasthan location will be coming here. So इसका मतलब है the number 4 should be here and the 3 should be here. यानी कि 3 should be after 4. This is the logic that we are using. So 3 should be after 4. यानी कि this is incorrect. 3 should be 4 after the 4. This might be correct. We are not sure. 3 should be after 4. Incorrect. 3 should be after 4, again incorrect. Okay, so by the logic of only 2 will be getting the answer and that is B. इसे बोलते हैं elimination. Okay, so by the elimination technique, without getting too much into the question कि ये साइड कहां पर है, वो साइड कहां पर है, we are getting our information. Otherwise आपको देखोगे, so this site is of Haryana for the information, Haryana, and this is the of the Gujarat. This is of Gujarat. ठीक है, तो अगर हम लाइन देखेंगे तो पहले कौन सी आ जाएगी आपकी, चहुदारो, देन द पर्टिकुलर गुजरात विल बी कमिंग एंड देन द राजस्थान एंड देन द हरियाणा. ठीक है, सो दिस विल बी द आंसर. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज with reference to the Patan Patola sari, consider the following. So why this question has been asked? First thing, Patan Patola, because it was in news. Patan Patola में from the UPSC perspective you have to remember 2-3 things only. Firstly, the Patan Patola is a silk sari, pure silk. ठीक है, सेकेंड पॉइंट दैट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, इट इज ऑफ गुजरात. थर्ड पॉइंट, इट विल बी यूजिंग अ काइंड ऑफ द डाई मेथड दैट इज नोन एज द बंधानी. ठीक है, बंधानी. ओके, सो नाउ वी हैव टू चेक द स्टेटमेंट. इन द एंशिएंट वोवन ऑन द प्योर सिल्क दैट डेट्स बैक टू द 11th century, तो ये दिस माइट बी करेक्ट. ठीक है, सेकेंड, इट इज एन आर्ट फ्रॉम मेनली प्रिवलेंट इन द हिमाचल प्रदेश एंड उत्तराखंड. चलो मान लो कि हमें पहला स्टेटमेंट नहीं पता, लेट्स से वी आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ द थर्ड स्टेटमेंट बट वी आर अवेयर ऑफ द सेकेंड. हमें अगर इतना भी पता है कि इट इज फ्रॉम द गुजरात, सेकेंड इज रॉन्ग. इफ द सेकेंड इज रॉन्ग देन दिस स्टेटमेंट इज एलिमिनेटेड, दिस ऑप्शन इज एलिमिनेटेड. सो बी एंड डी आर एलिमिनेटेड. द ओनली पॉइंट दैट इज रिमेनिंग इज 1 only and 1 and 3 only. नाउ 1 है पॉइंट, यानी कि 1 ऑटोमेटिक क्या हो गया, करेक्ट हो गया. थर्ड देखेंगे, इट हैज इट्स ओरिजिन इन द इंट्रिकेट डिजाइनिंग ऑफ द डाइंग और द नॉट डाइंग नोन एज द बंधानी. ठीक है, तो बंधानी इज ऑल्सो द करेक्ट आंसर. तो आंसर क्या होगा, 1 and 3. पॉइंट समझ में आ गया. ठीक है, और जब भी इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन में फंस जाओ कि 1 and 3, it's a kind of the trick, you can say. It can be only 50% correct, 50% not correct, या 60% correct, 40% not correct. After solving many questions of the, you can say, seeing the UPSC and all those things, my viewpoint is, if the 1 and 3, these kind of the option will be leaving, you can say remaining, you have to go for the higher version, that is the 1 and 3, even if you don't know. ठीक है, बट ये हमेशा लास्ट में एकदम जब आपको क्वेश्चन सॉल्व ही करना है और कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक है, देन ओनली. Now the next question is with reference to the modern economy in Arthashastra. In Arthashastra that was written by Kautilya, consider the following statement. It advocated the monopoly of the state in the sale of the mineral rather than their mining. No. Actually, as per the Arthashastra, if you see, as per the Arthashastra, they will be having the several control over the mining, because the mining will be important, or the particular mineral that will be coming from that mining, that is important, okay, for the state. और इसके लिए state ने एक आपका सुपरिटेंडेंट भी अपॉइंट कर रखा है, जिसे हम बोलते हैं अकारा अध्यक्ष. अकारा अध्यक्ष. अकारा अध्यक्ष is the person who is responsible for the, you can say, the mining. ठीक है, सो अकारा अध्यक्ष पर्सन है एंड द स्टेट विल हैव अ मोनोपोली ऑन द सेवरल माइनिंग रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज. ठीक है, क्योंकि उनके लिए आज भी है कुछ ऐसी चीजें होंगी जहां पे माइनिंग के लिए आपने बाहर नहीं दिया होगा, यू विल बी हैविंग द कंट्रोल. ठीक है, सो दैट थिंग विल बी सेम. ओके, सो द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट अगर आप देखोगे तो दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. इफ द फर्स्ट इज इनकरेक्ट, now the two option has been eliminated, either 2 only or the 3 only. ठीक है, now we have to see both. It advocated extending the free irrigation facilities to increase the state's revenue. कभी भी मॉडर्न में व्हेन द कौटिल्य इज देयर, अर्थशास्त्र पे फोकस कर रहा है, ही इज फोकसिंग ऑन द बेसिकली इकोनॉमी एंड ही विल बी नेवर यू कैन से गिविंग द काइंड ऑफ द फ्री थिंग. ठीक है, एंड ही विल बी सेइंग कि इवन इफ यू हैव टू प्रोवाइड द इरिगेशन, यू हैव टू गिव इरिगेशन टैक्स या इरिगेशन सेस. ठीक है, क्लियर है, तो आपको इरिगेशन टैक्स देना पड़ेगा. दैट मीन दिस स्टेटमेंट इज ऑल्सो इनकरेक्ट. इट मेंशन द सीता अध्यक्ष सुप्रिटेंडेंट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर. ये करेक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन है. अध्यक्ष का मतलब है सुप्रिटेंडेंट. सीता वर्ड जब भी आएगा इसका मतलब होगा रिलेटेड टू लैंड. ओके, एंड इन द मॉडर्न देयर विल बी अ सीता लैंड. देयर विल बी अ सीता लैंड. सीता लैंड का मतलब होता है द क्राउन लैंड. ओके, सो द क्राउन विल बी हैविंग द लैंड. जब मॉडर्न में जब वो एग्रीकल्चर प्लस की तरफ जाएंगे, सो व्हाट दे विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन, देयर विल बी अ सीता लैंड, दैट इज द क्राउन लैंड, डायरेक्टली किंग के कंट्रोल में होगा, जहां पे शूद एंड द अदर थिंग्स विल बी एम्प्लॉयड. Then they will be also focusing on the Janpad Nivesha. That means they will be looking for the, you can say, the forest land and all the land that will be cleared, and वहां पे आपके जो बाकी के जो लोग हैं उनको employ किया जाएगा. ठीक है, क्लियर है. So these things will be going on in the modern economy. सीता word कहां से आया है? It is, आपको ऐसे याद रखना है कि when you will be listening the story of the Sita, so the Janak will be going for the he is plowing the field, and in the while plowing the field, his particular, you can say, the plow will be stuck into a particular picture, and from that there will be the Sita will be coming, and that's why whenever the agriculture land will be talking about, the term will be used as Sita. तो सीता हमेशा के लिए याद रखो कि सीता क्या है, लैंड से रिलेटेड है. इट इज रिलेटेड टू द लैंड. ओके, लैंड या एग्रीकल्चर. सो द स्टेटमेंट 3 इज करेक्ट. ओके, then the next one is with reference to the ancient southern Indian history, consider the following statement. In Kurunji Tinai, the subsistence pattern is based on the agriculture. In Palai Tinai, heredity forced subsistence of the cattle lifting and the plundering. In Mullai Tinai, hilly backward caused subsistence to be based on the hunting and the gathering. So basically what they are asking about the Sangam age. They are asking about Sangam age. So when you will be Sangam age के बारे में जो मेजर इंफॉर्मेशन मिलता है, that information is coming from the Sangam literature. Sangam literature, and in the second Sangam, the one work that survived is Tolakka PM. The one work that survived is the Tolakka PM, that mainly discuss about the Tamil grammar. So Tolakka PM that generally discusses about the Tamil grammar. इसमें एग्रीकल्चरल लैंड या बेसिकली जोग्राफिकल डिवीजन के बारे में भी बात की है, बट दे आर नॉट जनरली टॉकिंग अबाउट द डायरेक्ट जोग्राफिकल डिवीजन, रेदर दे आर टॉकिंग विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द, यू कैन से, द मूड ऑफ द लवर एंड ऑल दोस थिंग. और उसके बेसिस पे दे आर द 5 काइंड ऑफ द लैंड दैट हैज बीन डिवाइडेड. सो देयर आर द 5 टाइप्स ऑफ द लैंड इन दिस. Because of the Tolakka PM, there will be the 5 geographical division in the southern, you can say, India in this during the Sangam age. The first one is Kurinji. Okay, and Kurinji is the hilly area. Okay, then there is Mullai, and Mullai is the pastoral land. Then there is Pallai, and this is arid region. Then there is also known as Marudam, and this is marshy land. ठीक है. And another one is the Natal. Okay, and Natal is the sea coast. अब सिंपल सी बात है, it is the hilly area. If it is a kind of the hilly area, what kind of the agricultural pattern that can be followed? That is the hunting and gathering. और यहां पे क्या लिखा हुआ है? The subsistence pattern is based on the agriculture. So कुरिंजी तिनाई is wrong information. ठीक है, क्योंकि अगर ये हिली एरिया है तो यहां पे कैसा सब्सिस्टेंस होगा? हंटिंग, गैदरिंग, these kind of the things will be there. Okay. Now the next part is the मुल्लई, पेस्टोरल लैंड. और जब पेस्टोरल लैंड है तो इकोनॉमी कैसी होगी? एनिमल हस्बेंड्री. सो एनिमल हस्बेंड्री विल बी फॉलोड इन द मुल्लई. ओके. देन पल्लई एरिड रीजन है, यहां पे कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता बिकॉज इट इज अ एरिड रीजन एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन द कैटल लिफ्टिंग एंड ऑल दोस थिंग. ठीक है. मरुदम इज अ मार्शी लैंड दैट विल बी गुड फॉर द एग्रीकल्चर. एंड द पर्टिकुलर नेतल इज अ सी कोस्ट. ये किसमें? सी कोस्ट के पास में कैसी इकोनॉमी हो सकती है? ब्लू इकोनॉमी काइंड ऑफ थिंग, यानी कि सॉल्ट हो सकता है. दीज थिंग्स विल बी देयर. ठीक है. इसके अलावा फिशिंग कैन बी देयर. दीज थिंग्स विल बी देयर इन द नेतल. तो अगर ये चीजें हैं, अब इसके बेसिस पे देख लो. कुरिंजी क्या बोला मैंने? हिली एरिया है, यानी कि एग्रीकल्चर नहीं हो सकता. जनरली क्या होना चाहिए? हंटिंग एंड गैदरिंग. पल्लई एरिडिटी, फोर्स सब्सिस्टेंस ऑन द कैटल लिफ्टिंग एंड द प्लंडरिंग, यही बात डिस्कस की थी हमने. दिस इज करेक्ट. इन मुल्लई तिनाई, hilly backward caused subsistence to be based on the hunting and gathering. तो ये तो गलत लिखा हुआ है ना. मुल्लई क्या है? बेसिकली पेस्टोरल लैंड है, यानी कि यहाँ पे एनिमल हस्बेंड्री होना चाहिए था. इवन इफ द एग्रीकल्चर विल बी देयर, इट विल बी अ शिफ्टिंग कल्टीवेशन. ठीक है, इट विल बी अ शिफ्टिंग कल्टीवेशन. जबकि मरुदम में आपका कैसा कल्टीवेशन होगा? प्लोड एग्रीकल्चर विल बी देयर. पॉइंट समझ में आ गया? सो 1 इज इनकरेक्ट और आंसर क्या हो गया आपका? आंसर इज 2 only. Answer is 2 only. ठीक है. So this is the statement. This is the particular division of the land. इस division of land को तोलक्का PM में तिनाई बोला गया है. That's why they are using the word कुरिंजी तिनाई, पलई तिनाई and the मुल्लई तिनाई. Now, will the question will be coming in UPSC same in this manner? हो सकता है, या फिर दे कैन डायरेक्टली आस्क कुरिंजी, मुल्लई, पल्लई, मरुदम, नेतल आर द टाइप ऑफ. तो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इट इज द टाइप ऑफ द, यू कैन से द ज्योग्राफिकल डिवीजन, और इट इज द टाइप ऑफ द, यू कैन से द इकोनॉमिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन और द टाइप ऑफ द इकोनॉमिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. क्योंकि ये इकोनॉमिक के बारे में भी आपको बता रहा है कि किस तरीके की इकोनॉमी चलेगी. हंटिंग एंड गैदरिंग चलेगा, एग्रीकल्चर विल बी देयर, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री विल बी देयर, दीज काइंड ऑफ द थिंग्स विल बी देयर. ठीक है. Then the next question is, with reference to the chief under the Cholas, consider the following statement. Each chief has a clear and precisely demarcated territories. ठीक है. So ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं था कि चीफ के पास बिल्कुल क्लियरली एंड द प्रीमाइसली, यू कैन से प्रिसाइजली डिमार्केटेड टेरिटरीज था. Nothing was there. Each chief's political authority is dependent on the control over the basic resources. No, ये नहीं है पॉइंट. पॉइंट क्या है? They will be having the control over an area and that area will be having the population. So basic control is towards the, you can say, the population. So the answer will be D, neither 1 nor 2. ठीक है. चोला पे मूवी आई थी PS1 एंड पोनियन सेल्वन 1 जो आपकी मूवी आई है, एंड करेंटली अगर आप देखोगे तो पोनियन सेल्वन 2 भी आने वाली है. सो दे विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द चोलाज. एंड ये चोला कौन से हैं? दीज चोलाज आर बेसिकली इंपीरियल चोलाज हुज फाउंडर इज द विजयालय चोला. इसका फाउंडर कौन है? विजयालय चोला. विजयालय चोला. और विजयालय जो चोला है आपका, ठीक है, क्लियर है, या इसके बाद के जो चोलाज है इन्होंने बहुत सारे डेवलपमेंट किए हैं. ठीक है. सो चोला इज इंपॉर्टेंट, वैसे भी इंपॉर्टेंट था एंशिएंट हिस्ट्री में, नाउ इट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड सो दिस ईयर you can see, if you have my ancient history notes, then there is a 1 page notes only on the cholas that you have to go through. ठीक है. Then the next question is, in an important merchant guild of the South India, it first appeared along the Kerala coast in the 9th century. Soon it greatly involved upon its interreligious activities, covered a large part of the peninsula. 9th century Tamil inscription found at the Talukapa on the west coast of the Nale indicate that it was engaged in the long distance sea trade. और ये एक description है जो किसका है? मनी ग्रामम का. ठीक है. सो मनी ग्रामम आर द मर्चेंट गिल्ड्स, दे आर द मर्चेंट्स बेसिकली, और ये इन्हीं के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन है. इतनी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन है, ये याद रखना, बिकॉज मनी ग्रामम इसके पहले भी यूपीएससी एक बार पूछ चुका है इन द डिफरेंट सीएपीएफ एंड द सीडीएस एग्जाम. सो क्वेश्चन माइट बी कमिंग ऑन दिस. ओके. सो मनी ग्रामम इज इंपॉर्टेंट. Next question is, with reference to the early Vedic period, consider the following statement. So early Vedic period का मतलब क्या हो गया? It is, we are talking about 1500 BC to 1000 BC. That is Rig Vedic age. Rig Vedic किसके बारे में बात कर रहा है? ऋग वैदिक पीरियड, ठीक है, बिकॉज द ऋग्वेद वॉज कंपाइल्ड समवेयर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर पीरियड एज पर द बिलीफ सिस्टम. ओके, नाउ ऋग्वेदिक पीरियड की जो सोसाइटी है, that is from the you can say the women perspective also, it is very good. It is a kind of the egalitarian society. There is no varna system. Okay, varna system इसके end में जाके धीरे धीरे develop होना start होगा, but there is no rigidity in the varna system. Even the rigidity of the varna system will never be there till the modern, and the rigidity of the varna system will be coming only and only when the particular Satvahana ruler, that, and to be very specific, Gautami पुत्र सतकर्णी will be coming. तो उसके आसपास से कहीं ना कहीं क्या आती है, रिजिडिटी आती है, ठीक है. और उसके पहले कहीं पे भी हमको बहुत ज्यादा सती के या बाकी एविडेंसेस भी नहीं है, ठीक है. इवन चाइल्ड मैरिज इज नॉट देयर टिल द मॉडर्न. यू कैन से चाइल्ड मैरिज विल बी स्पेसिफिकली कमिंग, यू कैन से इन द पोस्ट मॉडर्न पीरियड. तो वहां पे जाके चाइल्ड मैरिज, गुप्ता के आसपास देखोगे वहां पे चाइल्ड मैरिज आएगी. एंड चाइल्ड का यहाँ पे जो एज लिया गया है मॉडर्न में भी, मतलब आफ्टर यू कैन से द ऋग्वैदिक एज, यहाँ तो है ही नहीं चाइल्ड मैरिज. इसके बाद भी अगर आप देखोगे मॉडर्न में भी चाइल्ड मैरिज इज नॉट देयर, एंड द मिनिमम एज फॉर द वुमेन यू कैन से द फीमेल इज ऑल्सो द 12 ईयर्स, वाइल द फॉर द बॉयज इट विल बी 16 ईयर्स, ठीक है. तो इस तरीके की चीजें बनाई गई हैं. अब ऋग्वैदिक एज में सोसाइटी क्या है, चाइल्ड मैरिज नहीं है. ओके, देन प्रैक्टिस ऑफ सती इज नॉट देयर. सो दैट मीन्स दिस स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट. स्टेटमेंट क्या बोल रहा है, चाइल्ड मैरिज एंड द प्रैक्टिस ऑफ सती वर जनरली एब्सेंट. ओके, सो दिस इज करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट. द करेक्ट इज द सोशल डिवीजन वर नॉट रिजिड ड्यूरिंग द सेम पीरियड. तो हमने अभी डिस्कस किया कि वर्णा सिस्टम नहीं है, बिकॉज द वर्णा सिस्टम दैट इज द ब्राह्मण, क्षत्रिय, वैश्य एंड शूद्रा विल बी कमिंग or will be discussed first time in the 10th mandala of the Rigved, and 10th mandala of the Rigved is a interpolation. Interpolation का मतलब होता है it was added in the later period. It was added in the later period. यानी कि वो ऋग्वैदिक टाइम का नहीं है. यानी कि जो लेटर वैदिक टाइम होगा that is the 1000 to 600, in that time the things will be coming, and ऐसा बोला जाता है that was the requirement of that time because the agriculture will be coming. तो अब उतना तो डिटेल में डिस्कस नहीं कर सकते पूरा आर्टिकल, बस अभी के लिए इतना ध्यान रखना आपका कि वर्णा सिस्टम यहाँ पर नहीं है. जाति सिस्टम की तो बात ही नहीं हो रही. जाति सिस्टम विल बी समवेयर, द इमर्जेंस ऑफ जाति सिस्टम विल बी देयर इन द मॉडर्न पीरियड. जाति सिस्टम इमर्जेंस ऐसा नहीं है कि सेम क्रूड जाति सिस्टम विल बी देयर इन द मॉडर्न पीरियड. ओनली द इमर्जेंस और द सिंबल्स यू कैन से, और यू कैन से द सम विजिबिलिटी विल बी देयर, ठीक है. So the social division were not rigid. This is also correct statement. Apala and Lopamudra were famous poets of these time. So this is also true because Apala and Lopamudra, the female position you can see or the status of the woman was good. Even the women were the part of the samiti. They were the part of the samiti. विधत, ठीक है, क्लियर. तो सभा विधत समिति इन सबका क्या थी, वो पार्ट थी. देन स्पेसिफिकली देखोगे तो विधत और सभा के बारे में बात आती है, ठीक है. देन वुमेन जो थी आपकी, दे विल बी, अगर यू कैन से विडो रीमैरिज वॉज अलाउड, ठीक है. तो ओवरऑल स्टेटस क्या था वुमेन का, इट वॉज वेरी गुड स्टेटस. इवन द वुमेन विल बी हैविंग, और यू कैन से दे विल कंपोज द हाइम्स. जब वो कंपोज करती हाइम, तो इस तरीके की वुमेन जिसको अपाला, लोपामुद्रा, विश्वेश्वरा, इस तरीके की वुमेन आएंगी, एंड दे विल बी नोन एज द ब्रह्मवादिनी. ब्रह्मवादिनी, they will be known as Brahmavadini. Lopamudra is wife of sage Agastya, आपने सुना होगा. And sage Agastya is the person who will be traveling towards the south, and he is considered as the forerunner of the Sanskrit and the Tamil language, and he is also considered as the father of the Tamil language, ठीक है. एंड इसीलिए आपने देखा होगा साउथ में अगस्त मलाई पीक और अगस्त का नाम आता है, ठीक है. क्यों, क्योंकि सेज अगस्त विल बी ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम द नॉर्थ इंडिया टू साउथ इंडिया, एंड दिस ऑल्सो गिव यू द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द कनेक्ट बिटवीन द नॉर्थ इंडिया एंड साउथ इंडिया, ठीक है. So all the statements are correct, 1, 2 and 3. The next question is, which of the literature given below find mention of the Mahajanpada? So दीघ निकाय में mention है महाजनपदा का. अंगुत्तर निकाय में there is mention of the 16 महाजनपदा जो हम जनरल देखते हैं. That is one of the famous, or you can say the मगध, अवंती, कौशल, गांधार, ये सब जो आपके महाजनपदा हैं, they have been mentioned in the Buddhist text, that is the Anguttar Nikaya. दीघ निकाय में भी mention है, but in the दीघ निकाय there is a mention of the 12. Okay, while in the Bhagavati Sutra again the 16 महाजनपदा have been mentioned, but यहाँ पे जो 16 इससे कंपेयर करोगे तो it is different महाजनपदास. Some different महाजनपदास are there. The naming has been different, but mention of the महाजनपदा is there. So answer क्या होगा, 1, 2, 3. That is 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So this was the last question. So I hope कि discussion आपको समझ में आया होगा. इतनी चीजें आपको याद रखनी है. So all the best for the exam. नेक्स्ट जो आप अनुभव दोगे उसके लिए भी, या जब आप फ्यूचर में यूपीएससी भी दोगे तो उसके लिए भी ऑल द बेस्ट. एंड दिस इज ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. इसके बाद भी इफ यू हैव सम डाउट, इफ यू हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ द डाउट, यू कैन डेफिनेटली कॉन्टेक्ट मी ओवर द यू कैन से थ्रू द वेरियस प्लेटफॉर्म. ठीक है. एंड स्पेसिफिकली यू कैन कॉल टू द यू कैन से द मैनेजमेंट हियर एंड दे विल बी गिविंग यू माई नंबर एंड विल बी डिस्कसिंग इट. अगर किसी को कोई दिक्कत होती है देन डेफिनेटली आई एम ऑलवेज अवेलेबल. सो थैंक यू. बाकी नेक्स्ट टेस्ट के डिस्कशन में मिलते हैं. ओके.
Hello friends, few questions on Indian Geography prelim exams. So this ANUBHAV 2023, one question from Indian Geography, the maize production, and that is about a famous crop, the maize, other than rice and wheat. It is also called as queen cereals, and this crop, you know it very well that maize is slightly tropical condition crop or subtropical, and this crop is requiring the high temperature, low temperature. Then generally we are well aware of, like rice, maize is also a kind of high temperature crop that is above 20 degrees Celsius. It is not grown much in the colder area than hotter area. Even the maize is a kind of crop that is origin in the Central America or Mexico, where cancer is passing through. So as far as the first statement is concerned, the basic idea, maize plants require a temperature range of 10 to 15 degrees Celsius with tropical condition. Here you have to take signal from this 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. Very few crops are requiring the 10-15 degrees Celsius temperature. Even wheat is requiring around 20 degrees Celsius, 18 degrees Celsius temperature, the good condition, ideal condition. So even rabi crops having the temperature requirement 15 degree around. So this is you can say not a kind of temperature condition suitable for many crops. So here this crop, if you know the maize, then first statement regarding the maize, that maize a kind of crop, corn or maize, that is requiring less temperature than rice and more temperature देन वीट से थोड़ा टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा चाहिए और राइस से टेम्परेचर थोड़ा कम चाहिए. दिस क्रॉप नॉर्मली इन बिटवीन राइस एंड वीट. सो इफ़ वी वांट टू कंसीडर द कंडीशन ऑफ टेम्परेचर, राइस रिक्वायर हाई टेम्परेचर, देन यू कैन से द मेज, एंड देन द काइंड ऑफ टेम्परेचर रिक्वायरमेंट इज बेसिकली इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द wheat, the third crop. So rice and maize generally in the between. And regarding the rice, temperature is 27 degrees Celsius plus and 30 degrees Celsius. So this temperature range 27 to 30 degree around ideal temperature. For wheat 18 degree to 21 degrees Celsius. For maize it is approximately 25 or you can say 21 to 27 degrees Celsius in between. But this statement is just half of this temperature. It is outrightly wrong. So number one statement is wrong. And either the option second and third. Karnataka is the second or largest producer, maize producing, largest. In economic survey, the latest data, even in earlier also, in South India, this Karnataka is the main state for the maize. So you know very well that if you just go through the past 5 year data, generally Karnataka number one. And some states like MP, Maharashtra, and even Bihar, and some portion of you can say Andhra, even the maize producing. So maize is grown in many parts of the country, but Karnataka is the leading state in India. So this one is correct, second is correct. So either option would be second and 3, or the option would be second, because the 1 and 2, 1 is wrong. So if we say that second is correct, then third, it is primarily a rabi crop. Again the first statement is denying the second because first is wrong. So 10 to 15 degrees Celsius temperature generally for rabi, not for the you can say the kharif season. So very few areas in India, especially in south, the maize is grown in rabi. Otherwise this temperature condition 27-30 degrees Celsius is available in the kharif season. So unlike rabi, the major primarily, it is primarily it is kharif crop. So it is also wrong. So this one is also wrong. So option is only A, the 2 only. So you have to maintain the calm. Only one clue you have, that this crop is a crop that is requiring temperature between rice and wheat. If you know rice and wheat condition, you can compare. Comparison is very much important. It will bring more clarity. Okay, temperature of the maize is rice and wheat के बीच में. ये data part है Karnataka. Then top 3 states are given in the list of the economic survey, the major crops. Like in wheat, the UP is number 1. In rice, the Bengal is number 1. In maize, the Karnataka is number 1. In pulses, the Maharashtra, MP surrounding is important. In oil seeds, Rajasthan and the MP and Maharashtra kind of states are important. So I do believe that these important crop you may go through. Second is basically the mountain system or hilly system in India. Consider following statements. Shavarai Hill form the part of Western Ghats. So if you are unable to recall the Shavarai Hill, don't get panic in the exam. Just try to draw the map in rough map here. I am sure that you know south map like that. And you know that here gradually the information will come in your mind. For example, this is the hill, the Western Ghat hill. Western Ghat is called as Nilgiri hill, I am sure. The Annamalai hill you know, the Cardamom hill you know, even Palani hill you know. But once you come to this side, the kind of Eastern Ghat, discontinuous hilly area, then Gadjat hill, then Nalla, this Northern Sarkar hill, the Nalla Malla, the Pal Konda, Valley Konda, these kind of names. Even in Tamil Nadu you go Jabadi and Shevarai hill. So you may recall gradually after drawing that, because through the map you can't commit mistake. Then this hill is Shevarai hill, the part of Eastern Ghat, but here it is mentioned the part of the Western Ghat. So number 1 again is incorrect here. So first can't be can't be correct here, then B and C can't be. So if we say the correct option, we have to figure it out. Then second option, we can go through the Eastern Ghat, pass through the state of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. We know that Nalla Malla here, the Pal Konda, Valley Konda, maximum area of the Eastern Ghat in Andhra. It is correct. Tamil Nadu also Javadi Shevarai, as we discussed already. But in case of this Karnataka, then we have the doubt. For example, then I do believe that you know that if Eastern Ghats merging into Western Ghat in Nilgiri, and Nilgiri is Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala boundary. So Eastern Ghat gradually coming to Tamil Nadu and Karnataka side as well, even Telangana. So the Eastern Ghats discontinuous range in 5 states. Which 5 states? The Odisha, the Andhra, the Tamil Nadu of course, but little bit part of the Karnataka and Telangana as well. One hill, the Bili Ranga hill, or you can say the BR hill in Karnataka, the part of the Eastern Ghat. So Karnataka is also correct here, 5 states here. Satpura mountain range is extending towards Gujarat and Chhattisgarh. You know it is Satpura hill here. Suppose Satpura you know parallel to Vindhyachal, a scarpland, or you can say the block mountain between the Narmada and Tapi. And Narmada Tapi you know MP, Gujarat and also Maharashtra river. It is Satpura hill here. Satpura, 7 Pura, 7 Pahad. Then one you can say Satpura in the Gujarat side, Rajpipla. It is then going towards the kind of area of Maharashtra, Gavelgarh, then finally Mahadev Maikal, MP and also part of the Chhattisgarh, Amarkantak and this Maikal region. So Satpura eastward extension, MP and Chhattisgarh side here, westward extension, Rajpipla, the Gujarat side as well. So Gujarat westernmost area, the Rajpipla area, and Chhattisgarh the Amarkantak and Maikal part, some portion of Amarkantak in MP, some portion in Chhattisgarh area. So it is correct. So option 1 and 3 very easy to consider the correct option, but if you can say 1 is not correct, so option either would be, you can say, if we do not know much about the 2 and 3, only 3 is not given. So this option is correct, we know, and this option is outrightly incorrect. So either only 3 or 2 and 3, because only 3 is not mentioned. Even you don't know that Eastern Ghat in the Karnataka, and this still you are able to figure it out. Okay, 2 and 3 the option is available only in this part. 3 is correct, 1 can't be correct. For 2 and 3 the right option the D. And this particular strategy, that whenever map based question or any idea of the question regarding the map, either the world map or Indian map, I will request you to draw the Indian map in crude way and then try to mention that, because diagrammatic way is too much in your mind that you can't forget easily. So this way you can't commit the mistake easily. So that would be a good option to make a draw a map of crude type and then figure out the answer. So the third question here, the Godavari river system. Consider the following statement: Purna, Pranhita, these kind of names. Then this Purna, Pranhita, Indravati. You know very well that again the map will be useful here, that it is the kind of triangular shape here. And you know that river Godavari, a main river of the south Ganga, Dakshina Ganga, Old Ganga. This river Godavari from Nasik region and then area of the Maharashtra to Telangana, Chhattisgarh border and Andhra, 4 state river the Godavari. But in the north, one river is you can say from Ajanta Hill, Aurangabad region, Purna river. This river is Purna. And also 3 rivers you know, Pen Ganga, Varda, Ven Ganga, those become the Pranhita river meeting in Telangana at Kaleshwaram. This Pranhita river is also very important river, largest tributary of the Godavari. And third river in this side, the Indravati coming from the Odisha Eastern Ghat, then Bastar Plateau, Dandakaranya region known for Chitrakoot waterfall. Indravati National Park is also there, a famous river of the Chhattisgarh, Indravati. So first option, Purna, Pranhita, Indravati are its tributaries. That is correct statement. Pranhita is nothing but the Pen Ganga river, Ven Ganga river, Varda combination, the largest tributary. And second statement, Almaty Dam is on the Godavari river. Godavari river is famous for Polavaram Dam or Jaigawadi Dam. But as far as Almaty is concerned, Nagarjuna Sagar is concerned, and also the Sri Salem is concerned, then one more parallel river is there. And this river running parallel, you all know Krishna river. And Krishna river is famous in Karnataka for this Almaty Dam. Krishna in Andhra Telangana border famous for Nagarjuna Sagar Sri Salem Dam. So that is not the dam basically, rather Almaty Dam, if you are even aware of Almaty Dam in Karnataka, and Godavari river is not flowing through Karnataka. It is the river of the first Maharashtra, then Telangana and Chhattisgarh border, then Andhra. So it is the question that either you know from this factual information Almaty in Karnataka and Godavari is not flowing through Karnataka, it can't be, or Almaty Dam on the Krishna river. So Almaty Dam on Krishna, then the Godavari. So second is incorrect. And third, it flows through the Bhima Shankar Wildlife Sanctuary. Actually this statement, because statement 1 is correct or 2 is correct, then some information that third statement is also required. Bhima Shankar, Bhima is a river that is a tributary of the Krishna, the largest tributary or important tributary of the Krishna, parallel to Krishna river like that. And this river is coming like that, Bhima river, Tungabhadra, Bhima, these are the famous tributaries of the Krishna. And Bhima Shankar near Mahabaleshwar, a wildlife sanctuary in Maharashtra, Bhima river. If you know Bhima, then Bhima Shankar Wildlife Sanctuary. So if you take the risk, then you know very well that second is incorrect, first is correct. So this flow the wildlife sanctuary Bhima is far south here, then the Godavari, then of course these two options are incorrect, and here not correct they are, the two statements are incorrect. Then none of these, only two statements. C is the correct answer, then C option. So diagrammatic way is wonderful way to decode the Indian geography questions if you can make the easy diagram in the exam, during the exam on the page. And then finally this part here, one economic geography question, that is basically not the Indian part, rather the economic or human geography. Farming methods. Consider following statement: the region where farmers specialize in vegetables is known as truck farming. You know that trucks are used to carry the vegetables overnight journey to market side, Pandi side. So either European area or America or many more countries, even in India, it is a practice that trucks are used, and these are quickly reached to the market and overnight journey. So this market gardening led by these fruits, vegetable kind of crops even known as truck farming. Especially in America, this term has been given, truck farming. ट्रक के थ्रू लेके जाना वेजिटेबल्स वगैरह को मार्केट तक. So first statement is correct. And viticulture, grape cultivation. Here it is mentioned viticulture, grape cultivation. Grape is a citrus fruit that is main fruit of the Mediterranean climate, Italy, France, and this area, the Portugal, and the surrounding the Spain, or even the Algerian coast, Mediterranean region. And that is especially, of course, very significant statement that viticulture, this entire area is famous for wines and the resin. So good quality wines like Marsali, Chianti, and many more name, Burgundy and French wine in that region, Mediterranean region. And this statement is easy and it is also correct here. And third, kolkhoz farming system has been introduced in Israel to boost the agriculture production. Actually, kolkhoz is Russian term. In Soviet Russia in the past, 1 century back, this system was there, collective farming, like cooperative kind of farming, that farmers themselves have gone through the collective farming system. So nowadays we are in India also talking about the cooperative system or group systems, that we can pool the land so that small land holding could become the larger land holding, then it would be easy for the farmers, economic scale would work here. So kolkhoz, sovkhoz, this kind of term. Sovkhoz, the state farms, and kolkhoz, the collective farming by farmers themselves. So kolkhoz term, sovkhoz term of the Soviet Russia in the past. And kibbutzism is one term in Israel. But so the question is that is Israel. Israel is not known for the kolkhoz term, rather kibbutzism. One kind of, you can say the term, the kibbutzism for collective things in social aspects. But that is the term kolkhoz, then this term is in Soviet Russia in the past. So that is incorrect. Third statement is incorrect. So 1 and 2, the B is correct. So whichever instincts or information you have regarding any part, through that you can make inroads in this part. So I do believe diagrammatic way is good one, and also the analytical way is effective one to decode this part. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, myself Dr. Prashant, and in this session I will cover the geography questions which have been asked in our ANUBHAV All India Mock Test Series. The first question, which is basically 23rd question, is consider the following statements. These statements are related to Indian tectonic plate movement, its interaction with Eurasian plate, and the timing of this interaction vis-a-vis the volcanism in Deccan Plateau. So the first statement is Indian plate boundaries consist of both convergent and divergent type of boundaries. This statement is correct because if you see the pattern of tectonic plates in the region, Indian plate which lies on the eastern side of Africa, map is somewhat like this. So Indian plate is somewhat like this. So this is the Indian plate. This is Australian plate, and this is your Indian plate. So you can see Indian plate is moving in northeastern direction. Indian plate is moving in northeastern direction. So along Eurasian plate, along the northeastern margin, northern margin, Indian plate is converging with Eurasian plate. But towards Africa, this is African plate. So if you consider the interaction of Indian plate with Eurasian African plate, it is divergent type of interaction. So on one side, that is northern and northeastern side, Indian plate is having convergent type of interaction with Eurasian plate, whereas on the southwestern and southern side, Indian plate is having divergent interaction with African plate and Antarctic plate. So both type of boundaries are involved here. The second is Himalayas were formed due to sinking of Eurasian plate below Indian plate. This is incorrect statement. Actually, Himalayas were uplifted when Indian plate subducted below the Eurasian plate. So it's not Eurasian plate which is subducting, Indian plate subducted below the Eurasian plate. Correct? So Indian plate was relatively heavier than Eurasian plate, and that's why subduction involved Indian plate. So this is incorrect statement. Third is Deccan traps were formed due to volcanic eruptions after the Himalayan mountain building was started. This is again incorrect statement, because Deccan trap is basically the area of basaltic rock and black soil which is distributed across Maharashtra plateau, northern Karnataka, and parts of Kathiawar region. This Deccan trap area was created due to volcanism in Cretaceous period, that is around 70 million years back. Around 70 million years back, Deccan traps were created, and they were created when Indian plate was situated above the Reunion hot spot. You must be aware about Reunion Islands, which are situated near eastern coast of Africa. So Indian plate was there over Reunion hot spot around 65-70 million years back, and that time Deccan traps were created. But Himalayan mountains, the Shivaliks, Lesser Himalaya and Greater Himalaya, they were uplifted around their upliftment started around 40 to 50 million years back. So Great Himalayas, their upliftment started around 40 to 50 million years back. Correct? So Himalayan upliftment happened after the formation of Deccan traps. So second and third statements are incorrect. Only the first statement is correct. So answer for this question will be A, one only. Okay, friends. Now let's move to second question. With reference to ocean stratification, consider the following statements. Let me first tell you what is ocean stratification. Imagine this is an oceanic basin. This is an oceanic basin. Now in this oceanic basin, let's say this is oceanic water. This is surface water, and this one is the bottom water. This is bottom water. Correct? Always remember, stratification happens in liquids and gases when their upper layer is warmer and lower layer is cold. Correct? So let's say this upper part is warm and lower part is very cold. Cold water is heavy, so it will not rise. Upper part, the upper water is warm, warm water is light, so it will not sink. Correct? So when vertical mixing is absent, that condition is called as stratification. So vertical mixing and stratification, they are two ends of a continuum. Vertical mixing will always happen if lower layer is warm and upper layer is cold. Correct? Cold and heavy water in the upper layer will sink, and relatively warmer water will be pushed up. Correct? So that is basically vertical mixing. Lekin ocean stratification is a condition when upper layer is lighter means it is warmer and less saline, and lower layer is heavy, cold and more saline. Correct? That's why there is a stratification. Now the statements will make the sense. In ocean stratification, warmer, lighter and less salty water layers on top of heavier, colder and saltier water. It's correct statement. Stratification means lack of mixing, and that will only happen if upper layer is lighter and lower layer is heavier. In case of oceanic water, light water means high temperature, and less salinity. Second is greater is the difference in the density between layers, faster and easier will be the mixing, and more stable the ocean becomes. It's totally incorrect. Higher density variation means higher level of mixing, means stability and mixing, these are two different things. So how mixing and stability can be together? So this is basically contradictory statement. Easier mixing, that's okay, but it will not lead to stability. Okay, so that's incorrect. The third statement is an increase in oceanic stratification leads to increased absorption of carbon dioxide by the oceanic waters, which decreases global warming. You know, oceans act as a sink. They trap atmospheric carbon dioxide and mitigate global warming to some extent. But that will only happen if there is vertical mixing. How? See, imagine this upper water is cold and heavy. Upper water in the polar area is cold and heavy. So carbon dioxide will be dissolved in this water, correct? And if this cold water sinks down, carbon dioxide will be carried by this water to the lower layer and it will be trapped there for long period. So sinking of cold water, sinking of heavy water in Arctic region helps in sequestration of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is basically trapped there, correct? So it basically reduces carbon dioxide availability in environment. But stratification means sinking will stop. Less and less carbon dioxide will be sequestered by ocean. Less and less carbon dioxide will be stored in the deeper layer of ocean. That means there will be more and more carbon dioxide in atmosphere and more global warming. So this is again incorrect statement. So second and third statement, they are incorrect. First statement is correct. ठीक है? So vertical mixing of oceanic water is good for entrapment of carbon dioxide in the deep oceanic layers. It's also good for higher productivity of fisheries. Kyun? When water upwells, you know, there is nutrient rich water reaches to surface and this nutrient rich water will support the fisheries. So vertical mixing is good for, you know, global warming mitigation, and at the same time it is also good for fisheries. Stratification is bad for both. Stratification means less carbon dioxide will be stored in ocean and there will be less productivity of fisheries. The next question is, with reference to atmospheric rivers, consider the following statements. Atmospheric rivers are relatively long and narrow regions in the atmosphere that transport most of the water vapor outside the tropics. This is totally correct statement. Actually, atmospheric rivers are narrow zones in the atmosphere which receive the humidity, moisture from tropical areas and transport this moisture to the middle latitude areas. Correct? That narrow zone which funnels the moisture from tropical humid areas to middle latitude areas is called as atmospheric river. Okay. So this is correct statement, and this question is relevant because few months back Northern California was flooded and mud flows happened there because atmospheric river made landslide. Landslide means not landslide, landfall, sorry. So atmospheric river collided with hills in California and all the moisture present in the atmosphere that was shed in the form of rainfall. So heavy rainfall happened in California due to atmospheric river. That's why this is important question. So atmospheric rivers transport moisture. These are almost of same in size with no variability among different atmospheric regions. No. The strength of atmospheric river is highly variable across space and time. The strongest atmospheric rivers, they develop in Pacific Ocean. And they affect, you know, California region. Why? Because Pacific is a larger ocean. So larger is the size of ocean, higher will be supply of moisture. Correct? In other regions, they are relatively weak. They are most dominant, strongest in northern Pacific Ocean. Within northern Pacific Ocean also, their strength is variable. Sometimes they cause more rain, cause flooding, and sometimes they cause moderate rainfall. Clear? So they are not always bad. Sometimes when they cause extremely high rainfall, they are bad. They bring, you know, disaster. but normally they cause moderate rainfall, and that rainfall is good for human habitations. So in this question, again, the first statement is correct, second statement is incorrect. Now the next question is, with reference to thermohaline circulation, consider the following statements. Thermohaline circulation means flow of warm tropical water towards poles in the form of surface warm current, sinking of cold water near the poles, and the flow of cold water along the ocean bottom in opposite direction. If I show diagrammatically, this is the, imagine oceanic basin, this is poleward margin, this is equatorward margin. So from equator side, warm water flows towards pole, it sinks near Arctic and Antarctic region, and near the bottom, this water flows as cold water mass and it upwells somewhere. So this type of circulation in ocean, which is driven by temperature and salinity differences, is called as thermohaline circulation. This is due to continuous replacement of sea water at the bottom of ocean with water from surface. This is totally correct. Actually, it's a circular motion. This is flow in the near bottom area. This is flow on surface. So there is continuous circular motion. The surface water continuously replaces the bottom water, and that is the thermohaline circulation. So this is totally correct statement. Second statement is, warmer surface waters are driven towards the poles from the tropics by this phenomena. Again correct. The tropical water, which is relatively warmer, flows towards poles, and cold water masses flow back towards low latitude areas in the form of bottom current. So this is again correct. Third is, it is faster than wind driven circulation of surface ocean currents. You must be aware that oceanic water is driven by not only temperature and salinity variations, winds also drag the sea water along the surface. Winds drag the water at higher speed. So on an average, the wind driven currents, their speed is around 100 centimeter per second. Correct? And if you ask about thermohaline circulation, it's extremely slow. Its average speed is around 1 centimeter per second. So speed of wind driven currents is very high in comparison to speed of thermohaline circulation. So this is incorrect statement. It is not faster than wind driven circulation. So only 1 and 2 are correct. Again, the answer is what? A. Clear? Now the next question is, which of the following might occur during a bomb cyclone? Bomb cyclone is a mid-latitude storm, the storms which develop in temperate areas, which are characterized by rapid drop in atmospheric pressure at center. उनका जो सेंटर होता है, लो प्रेशर सेंटर, उसमें एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर बहुत तेजी से गिरता है. Correct? So the drop in atmospheric pressure, the fall in atmospheric pressure at the center of bomb cyclone should be at least 24 millibars within 24 hours. अगर 24 घंटे में उसके सेंटर पे प्रेशर 24 मिलीबार्स गिर गया, ऐसे साइक्लोन को बोलते हैं बॉम्ब साइक्लोन. So rapidly intensifying storm in middle latitude areas is called as bomb cyclone. So first statement is correct. It is characterized by sudden drop in atmospheric pressure. कितना? 24 millibar within 24 hours. Or you can say 1 millibar per hour, at least for 24 hours. Okay. They develop due to frontogenesis. Frontogenesis means cold polar air attacks the warm air. So recently, North America was affected by bomb cyclone. So let me help you explain the. So this is North America, imagine. So what happened? Over Canadian region, there is cold air mass. We can call it CP air mass. And over Atlantic Ocean, there is basically warm maritime tropical air mass. This is cold polar air mass, continental polar cold air mass, and this is maritime tropical, which is warm and moist. Now, when these air masses collide, cold air pushes warm air up, and as warm air rises up, there is cloud formation and precipitation. Correct? So in this area, a bomb cyclone was created. Clear? So this is the correct statement. Cold air mass collide with warm air mass. heavy precipitation and snowfall. Totally correct. You know, extremely cold air mass pushes warm air mass up very aggressively. And that's why heavy precipitation, floods, and this cold air mass also creates blizzard. Blizzard means extremely cold winds. So, extremely cold wind, that is another weather condition associated with bomb cyclone. So, as a whole, all the three statements are correct. This question is very important because bomb cyclone affected the weather and killed many people in US and Canada. It creates extremely extreme type of weather condition in winter season. So, D answer is correct. Next is, which of the following is incorrect with reference to taiga climate? You know, taiga is a cold climatic region which is distributed across northern US, Canada and Eurasia, a belt which extends from Norway in west up to eastern Siberia in east. Correct? So, that is basically taiga region. Now, what are characteristics of taiga climate? The precipitation is around 40 to 60 centimeter, that is annual precipitation, mostly in the form of snowfall. Correct? And this taiga region has coniferous forest. Coniferous forests are there. Correct? Coniferous forest means the cone shaped trees are there, pine, fir and spruce, like that. And it is present just south of tundra region. Tundra or permafrost region is present on poleward side of taiga. Okay. Now, let us read the statements. It is equivalent to boreal forest. These coniferous forests are called as boreal forest, describing the environment of forested region of southern tundra. So, it is basically near southern margin of tundra. Okay. So, that is the correct statement. It would be more correct if they say south of tundra, but it is also correct. Okay. Taiga landscapes are found in northern Europe, Russia, Siberia and Canada. That is correct again. Norway to Siberia, that is Russian Siberia, and Canada, including parts of US, that is the area. Some taiga regions are semi-arid and they have grasslands. So, basically what happens in some of the taiga areas, like you can see, drier margin of taiga receives how much precipitation? Around 40 precipitation. So, that is basically semi-arid region, and in such patches, trees are not possible, so grasses are there. So, mostly coniferous trees are there, but there are some patches, especially on the leeward side of mountain, where precipitation is low, there will be patches of grasses. So, again, all the statements are correct. So, D is the correct answer for this question. With reference to evolution of Earth's atmosphere, which of the following statements are correct? First statement is, nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor are gases with fixed concentration in the atmosphere. This statement is incorrect. Why? Nitrogen and oxygen, these are non-variable components of atmosphere. Correct? So, irrespective of place, you will find same more or less same concentration of nitrogen and oxygen. But ozone and water vapor, their concentration is variable. If you ask me the variation in water vapor, desert areas have much less water vapor than warm ocean. So, over warm oceanic surface, air has more water vapor. In desert areas, air has very low water vapor. So, it varies. Same for ozone. Ozone is mostly concentrated in the stratosphere. So, if vertically, the ozone concentration is highly variable. It is not present in troposphere, it is present in mostly stratosphere. So, this is incorrect statement. The earliest atmosphere of the earth is believed to have been composed of primarily hydrogen and helium. That is correct. Around 4.5 million years, 4.5 billion years back, that is 4,500 million years back, the earth's atmosphere was composed of hydrogen and helium. Actually, earth was created from dust and gases. So, when the particles condensed under gravity, lightermost elements remained around, in the outermost part. So, lightermost elements, that is hydrogen, helium, remained out in outermost part, and that outermost part was primitive atmosphere of earth. Correct? So, that is a correct statement. Outgassing from volcanoes led to predominance of water vapor in the atmosphere. See, that primitive atmosphere of hydrogen and helium vanished due to strong solar wind. Solar winds, they blew away the hydrogen and helium atmosphere. But with time, a new atmospheric layer was created due to volcanism. Because of volcanism, number of gases like nitrogen oxides, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, water vapor, they were ejected out. And a new gaseous envelope was created. And this new gaseous envelope had CO2, it had water vapor, it had sulfur dioxide. So multiple gases were present in this new envelope except oxygen. Gaseous oxygen, molecular oxygen was not present. So this is again the correct statement. So second and third, these are the correct statements. So D will be the correct answer. The last question from world geography and physical geography segment is, which of the following countries share a boundary with Turkey? The name of Turkey has been changed, now it's Turkey. So what are the countries around Turkey? See, Turkey is somewhat like this. This is Africa. Like this. So this is your Turkey. This is, you can check out in the map. This is Turkey. Some part lies in Europe. This is European Turkey. This is European Turkey, and this is Asiatic part of Turkey. This is Asiatic part of Turkey. So this is your Turkey, this yellow portion. Now Turkey is surrounded by number of countries. What are the countries which surround Turkey? Like here in this area, there is Syria. Syria is present, near the southeastern part of Turkey. Recently the earthquake happened in southeastern part of Turkey which affected the Syria. So this is Syria. Just east of Syria there is Iraq. Iraq is there. Iraq is just east of Syria and near the Turkey. So it also shares border. Then Iran, some portion of Iran is also there. So Iran is there. So this is basically Iraq. Let me write like this, Iran. And here there are two more countries, like there is Georgia and Armenia. So Georgia and Armenia. So Georgia, Armenia, Iran, Iraq and Syria. These are the 5 countries which surround Turkey from eastern side. On western side, this is European Turkey. So near European Turkey there is a country, and that is Bulgaria. Bulgaria is there, and west of Bulgaria there is Greece. So Bulgaria and Greece, they surround the European Turkey on western side. Correct? Now you can see the options. Syria, correct. Georgia, correct. Romania, incorrect. Iraq, correct. And Armenia, correct. So 1, 2, 4, 5, that these are the correct. So what is the correct answer? D is the correct answer. So these were the questions from world geography and physical geography segment. Thank you.